I was once here before, but never did I feel that this was the same then. I've been thinking. I've been thinking about all the things and how suspended they are right now. This year has had me witness changes that are hard to put into words, but then it has been just as dramatic as always. I have never been uncomfortable with change. They seem to flow through me like air does through my lungs. Yes, sometimes shallow, sometimes deep, sometimes congested even, but eventually all breaths pass. Bouncing off ideas and thinking about what I want to do forward has been a major theme this year. The idea for a definitive end scratches my head. All things, when defined, when named, when understood, seem less daunting and less horrifying. It is then ironic how defining things puts a limitation to its growth in terms of its interpretation. I started with some questions this year, one of which was, where should my content head towards? That led me to thinking if I even want to make content anymore. I don't know what the internet is going through right now. Perhaps I'm smart enough to come up with an interpretation, but not smart enough to come up with an understanding. The differentiation between art and content has been a major theme in my thinking this year. Moving forward, it has been very clear that I want to make stuff with more substance. The thing is, substance is not eye candy. It is evident from the people who are the most successful on the platform that eye candy is the major ingredient. To talk about something that holds some value needs to be quoted in some sort of entertaining way. That is the way of art, but the point of intersection between tasteful and flavorful has been shifting towards the latter. Anyways, I have decided to go on and do more thinking. Maybe films are a good idea. You know what? Films are a good idea. And not these hypercuts, eye gouging videos, the main theme of which is showing how many times you can change the camera angle while shooting a video for coffee. Films are about stories, about human emotion. The camera is simply a medium, one that we can be inventive with, but which is certainly not the center of the story. After all, there is a reason that the camera shoots the frame, but is never in one. But the thing is, cinema is one of the most expensive mediums of art to have ever existed. It takes money to buy a decent camera and lighting and hire actors, but that's not even the most expensive part. The most expensive part is the amount of time you have to pay to come up with something that's worth watching. The most expensive is trying to make something without drowning into self-doubt, debt, or critique. I have been thinking, I don't have the resources to make a blockbuster. I don't have a platform that supports the kind of things that I want to create. Why should I do it? How should I do it? If I'll ever be able to do it? If the things I'm doing are just temporary things that I'm feeling at this moment to cope with existence and to forge a pseudo sense of meaning. I've been thinking. This thinking has not led to answers but more questions. It might seem futile. More questions are more frustrating, but more questions are better. It somehow sharpens your understanding even when you're struggling more. Thinking then almost seems waste, but somehow it feels better to have an incomplete map than none at all. You might not know where the destination is, but you will know the next step. To tread forward and do stuff for the sake of doing them, because I want to, is the only answer I find. Perhaps it is the only answer I need. Still, I think.